So chat. So earlier on in the chat, I saw quite a few people talking about it, and I want to say we don't have to go out of our way to justify this extension. Okay, I saw a few people in the chat. You see, Angelin, was it Angeline? I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Brought up that De'Aaron Fox is one of the fastest player, no, the fastest player in NBA history, according to Hoop Hype. So other people trying to justify the signing. And look, it's like this, okay? This signing right here is one of those things where I'm not necessarily jumping out of my seat for joy for it, right? Like, it's a max contract, right? I won't do that for probably any player. Like, it's one of those where I do feel like he deserves it, okay? And he was promised it. Before he got to San Antonio, he was promised it. He forced his way to San Antonio, and they said, hey, we're going to take care of you. And this is what San Antonio does, right? They're going to make sure to take care of you. And in the long scheme of things, it's not bad at all. And we can kind of talk about that a little bit too. But just overall, when I see a player get a max deal, I'm not like that crazy about it, right? Now, when Wembanyama get his, like, I will be very happy, okay? But this is actually really good for a few reasons, okay? A few reasons. So, number one, the Spurs kept their word, right? I mean, that's not the craziest reason in the world. You're like, okay, they kept their word, who cares? But that does hold a lot of weight, right? One of the main things that we saw this season where it kind of infuriated us, but at the same time, is the Spurs keeping their word. And future tense, when we start to get other veterans that want to come to San Antonio Spurs, they know our reputation, right? But one thing that comes to mind is Chris Paul. Chris Paul being on the court with De'Aaron Fox was infuriating. It was like so irritating because they just didn't work well together at all. We resorted to De'Aaron Fox being the shooting guard, and it was just ugly. I just didn't like it that much. And their play styles were just so different that I felt like it clashed with one another. Like, once again, we only had Fox for a short period of time, but in that short period of time, I don't think we got to see it fully maximized, right? So that kind of bothered me, but long scheme of things, Spurs keeping their word is very important. But another reason why this isn't that bad, and I think that a lot of Spurs fans are overreacting quite a bit, is we see quite so many people talk about, actually, this is a really bad, oops, too close to me, sorry. No, that wasn't good. Let's see, Spurs salaries. Yeah, that didn't look, that was very irritating. I don't know why it was zoomed in like that. We'll go to Sport Rec. Here we go. Is this better? This isn't better either. Look at this. Why does it look like this? What are we doing? What are we doing? Get it together. Maybe team payroll? All right, there we go. That's better. Much better. All right, so his contract goes all the way to 2030, right? Now, after this season, Wembanyama is we're going to be discussing an extension, right? So Wembanyama gets his extension. But one thing that's been driving me a little crazy, just a little crazy, is people bringing up how you're going to have to pay Dylan Harper. And it's like, you understand that he's a rookie, right? He's a rookie, and by the time, like, the tail end of his contract is when you will give him the extension. The tail end of De'Aaron Fox's contract is when you would give him an extension. Like, we're not there yet. And I feel like so many Spurs fans, and it's good to take a step forward, you know, think a step ahead, but, like, we can't think 10 steps ahead. We're thinking a step ahead, but we can't think 10 steps ahead. Like, that's a little ridiculous to start worrying about that right now. Like, I understand that that's something that you want to think about, and that's something that you want to worry about. But at the end of the day, the Spurs are going to be fine. This contract is a big one, but this is also a contract that this is just what's going on in the NBA now. And De'Aaron Fox is a player that's in his prime, like literally in his prime, and we're going to have him for his entire prime. The Spurs are trying to win, and they're going to be a really good team with a lot of depth, and they're going to attempt to win. And with that, that means retaining talent. I've seen so many people complain over the years that the Spurs don't get talent. They don't spend money on talent. And then when you spend money on that talent, on said talent, we get upset. I don't understand. Another thing too, I also think that people are undervaluing how good De'Aaron Fox is. Okay? Like severely undervaluing how good he is. Like this past season alone, he hit a franchise record. Where was it? Where's that franchise record he hit? 60. Yeah, four games in a row. It was 29, and he had 60 points, 49, and 28. This is what he's capable of. And this is post-pinky injury. Because from my understanding, he hurt it in training camp, right? In October? Or was it October? I think it was October that he hurt his pinky. So he hurt his pinky a while ago, and he still was able to put up numbers like this. In this game, 22 out of 35. He only put up 35 shots, has 60 points, 6 for 10 from 3, and only went to the line 11 times, or only, shot 11 shots from the line. Very impressive numbers. Another thing as well, and I saw people bringing this up, and this kind of bothered me. I'm not going to lie. This kind of bothered me, is people saying he can't shoot. But he's even been adamant in saying in podcasts and in interviews that he has worked on his shot significantly so. Funny enough, I mean, you might say this is an outlier. You might say, oh, it's not that big a deal, right? But last season, and the Spurs know this, last season before the injury, he shot 37% from 3 on nearly 8 threes per game. He jumped from 5 a game to 8. And you can see throughout his career, he wasn't the biggest 3-point shooting player. But as time has went on, he's made a more concerted effort to make sure that he shoots more threes and gets better at it, right? But with the pinky injury, it definitely made some things harder on him. But the version that we're getting, the best version of De'Aaron Fox has not yet been seen. The best version that we'll be getting of him has not been seen yet. But even yet and still, he has shown that he can be a really good player. This is going to be one of the top, which I think he already is. People have argued with me on this. Oh, hello. You okay? I think Miksa agrees with me. Oh, you guys can't see her. I forgot that the camera's moved now. Here she is. Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Be good. Anyways, I think that we're going to end up getting the best version of him that we've ever seen. And on top of that, some people disagree with me on this, but I think that he's a top 7 point guard right now. I don't think that that's that crazy of a take. But unfortunately, a lot of people have forgotten who he is. They don't remember how good De'Aaron Fox is. They don't remember after Castle having a good season or winning Rookie of the Year, that is, and after us getting Dylan Harper, all of a sudden it seems like Spurs fans have amnesia on how excited they were that we got Fox to begin with for nothing. So that's something to keep in mind. And my last point with all of this, another reason why you just shouldn't be that upset, is that we still have plenty of options. With the new CBA, the most important thing now is drafting, right? Getting smart contracts and getting the most out of young guys. That contracts aren't that crazy. And guys, the Spurs have given up virtually nothing. We still have a lot of draft capital. We still have a lot of ways of getting depth for the cheap. We still have, and even if you don't use these, you can trade them away and try to get some depth, right? Like the Spurs are set. So I don't quite understand the issue here. They've already thought ahead. And that's why I don't really understand Spurs fans like so worried about everything. I just don't get it. there's things to worry about. Like let's worry about, as a fan, like me personally, what am I worried about? I'm worried about how quickly this team will be able to gel. Like I know we have all the talent. It's just a matter of how quick will it be able to gel. Because I think they're talented enough to make a run in the playoffs. But you have to get to that point. You have to have some type of chemistry to get to that point. And that's the only thing. I'm just wondering how everything's going to fit, which I think they're going to play off of each other very well on paper. I just want to see how quickly it happens. That's something I'm worried about. But as far as the future, this should have been set in stone that we should not be worried about that far ahead, because we've talked about this already. The Spurs are set. We're good. Draft capital like crazy, right? As far as when you're worried about signing certain guys, that's going to be at the end of the contract. And you're paying for a guy that you're going to get the best version of him ever. This is going to be the best version of Fox in his career. Period. You're getting 4 years of that. Well, 5 years, right? 5 years of that. You're getting him throughout his entire prime. The best De'Aaron Fox. And I think a lot of people just undervalue him a little bit. Not to mention he's one of the most clutch players in the NBA, which will definitely come into play and help us come playoff time. Saw a post on X where they had players like Maxey, Ja, Murray, Dame, and Garland as better players than Fox. There was someone... Yeah, man, it was crazy because I posted something myself. I don't know if they might have deleted it. Let me see if I can find it. Because I posted something myself about Fox. Let's see. There was a post that I saw. Maybe it's not on here. But yeah, but I think it might have been another post, and I said that he's like a top 7 player or something like that. And someone just listed off all of these players, and they said they're better than him. I'm like, really? They had him at like 17 as far as top point guards. Just very disrespectful. Just very disrespectful. Bias Houston? That was a Houston fan account? Never mind. That doesn't matter. I thought it was a Spurs fan. Yeah, Houston fans are very delusional. But anyways, so those are my points, okay? Those are my points. All right? I think number 1 is totally fine because of, I don't know where I'm even going with this trying to go back to the contract. Yeah. So number 1, I do think that he's worth the contract, right? I think that he's worth the contract. He's played significantly well prior to the pinky injury, right? And even after that, he's had some showings where he was really good, and we didn't really get to see the best version of him because he was out there with Chris Paul, right? That's another reason we didn't see a great version of him. But he was great, but you know what I'm saying. Also, you got to keep your word, and it's very important that the Spurs keep their word. Next, I don't know why we're really worried about... Crap, I'm on the wrong one again. But I don't know why we're really worried about the contracts, especially when by the end of it, you know, that's when we really need to worry about like guys like Dylan Harper, right? It's not that big a deal. And then lastly, we have so much draft capital that you just have a lot of flexibility. If this doesn't pan out, which it will, but if it doesn't pan out, you have draft capital, right? And you can add depth to this team. If some guys have to go here and there, you can add some depth to this team because of all these draft picks you have. This is like the most valuable asset you can have in the NBA in this new era of the NBA. And we got a lot of it. It's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. And I'm sorry, guys, if Fox isn't worth a max deal, then I truly, especially with the new CBA, I truly don't understand who is. I don't know who's worth that if he's not. Anyways, Fox has been clocked at speeds around 21 miles per hour during games, particularly in fast break situations. Imagine Fox running fast break. Fast is like 10-0 to 20-0 run. The opponent, no answer at all. Well, keep in mind that the Spurs got so much defense now till they're if the opposing team isn't on their game, we're going to be able to really take advantage of it and get a lot of steals. I can't even imagine what a team could do if Carter Bryant, Sohan, and Wemby's on the court at the same time. Like, I don't know. And Steph Castle, like, I don't know. I don't know how you score on that. Wemby sits and Cornet comes in. Like, I don't know what you do. But yeah, so I think it's good. We locked him in. I'm not jumping for joy because we gave a max deal. But I think it's disrespectful to say that he's not worth that.